Students, you are most welcome to the class of Business Communication and Report Writing. I am Dr. R.RAJAMANI, Associate Professor of Commerce, Vellala College for Women, Tindal. This being an era of social networking, where social and sensational news are shared by many, the print media is no exception. For all the news that are reported in newspapers, magazines and periodicals, the readers can share their views under the column Letters to the Editor. So let us see how to draft letters to the editor. First, you should acquaint with hints for drafting such letters. Since newspapers and magazines are hard pressed for space, letters to the editor must be brief. Only points relevant to the theme of the letter must be included in it. The views expressed must be substantiated with the help of arguments, facts, illustrations, etc. The letter should be able to arouse the reader's interest. The tone will naturally vary according to the subject, but it should be capable of arresting and retaining the reader's attention. A letter to the editor must be topical, which means it must be a subject of current news. It is preferable to choose a daily or a periodical which does not radically disagree with the writer's views. A salutation must be used in the letter, and the most proper one is Sir. The appropriate complimentary clause to be used is Yours truly. At the beginning of the letter, a clear reference must be made to the topic or event of the news that occasioned the writing of the letter. The letter should not contain any personal message or advertising material. The letter should deal with the subject of common interest to the public. Personal attacks as well as insulting and unparliamentary words must be avoided. The covering letter should contain the full address of the writer. However, if the writer does not want his name to be published with the letter, alternative phrases used are a reader, a sufferer, a sympathizer, interested, a traveler, the neglected, the affected, etc. Generally, letters to the editor are prepared in two segments. Segment 1 comprises the covering letter, and segment 2 comprises the actual message which the writer wants it to be published. I am presenting two models or examples to project the writer's views on the corruption in public life. Example 1. First segment, covering letter, written by K.D. Vishwanathan, Rajaji Nagar, Coimbatore. Written on 27th April 2014. Addressed to the editor, The Hindu, Coimbatore. Sir, I shall be thankful if you publish the enclosed letter in the Letters to the Editor column of your popular daily at an early date. Yours truly, K.D. Vishwanathan. The second segment is the message to be published. Salutation, Sir. The topic is beneficiaries. This is with reference to the report Bachchan, Parika, Sachin, Ponting, beneficiaries of MNREGA in Goa, which was reported in the Hindu on April 27, 2014. It was amusing as well as startling to find that the names of some illustrious sportspersons, film stars and politicians find a place in the list of beneficiaries of a scheme meant for the rural poor. Only a thorough investigation will reveal the truth. K.D. Vishwanathan, Coimbatore. I would like to explain the message focused here by the writer. MGNREGA, which is otherwise Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, launched in 2006, advocates right to work and ensures livelihood security in rural areas by providing at least 100 days of guaranteed wage employment to every household whose adult members volunteer to do unskilled manual work. So I am sure you will understand that this scheme of the government is exclusively to the benefit of rural poor and not for illustrious people. But in Goa, a particular report says that on the list of this payment on account of MNREGA includes certain illustrious persons belonging to sports, film industry or political party and so on. So this shows how corrupt it is in the public life. The second example also projects corruption in public life, and the first segment reveals the covering letter submitted by Akshay Sridhar, Anna Nagar, Chennai, written on 23rd December 2014. Addressed to the editor, The Hindu, Coimbatore. Sir, I shall be thankful if you publish the enclosed letter in the letters to the editor column of your renowned daily at an early date. Yours truly, Akshay Sridhar. The second segment reveals the message to be published. Sir, culture of second-rate standards. It is true that we Indians have been used to adopting second-rate standards. In the search for modernity and development, quality has been compromised. I graduated from Anna University in Chennai, and many buildings on the campus built in the British India era did not have even a crack. On the other hand, new buildings that came up in the last 30 years showed wear and tear and signs of shoddy workmanship. We often read of new buildings under construction tumbling down every now and then. We have stopped asking questions as our lives are so busy. This has given the corrupt the space to degrade standards of quality. Akshay Sridhar, Chennai. I would like to explain the key focus of this message. Nowadays we find often reports on newspapers that many multi-story buildings getting collapsed even before completion. And one such report that came in newspaper, especially the Hindu, has been commented upon by this writer, namely Akshay Sridhar from Chennai, wherein he particularly points out that nowadays the buildings are not constructed with adequate care and concentration, using poor material and allowing the building to collapse even before its completion. So this shows that in all areas, almost all areas, people are very particular only in completion of the task and not concentrating on the quality. So this has projected a situation as if we Indians are satisfied and complacent with second rate standards more than first rate of standard. Thank you. However, I am giving some exercises to you students to write such letters to the editor on the following questions. Number 1. Describe the hardship caused to the public by frequent power failure in your city. Or write a letter to the editor of a newspaper regarding corruption in public life. Or give your views on declining moral standards among business people. Or give your views on the problem of unemployment. Or give your views on the problem faced by women entrepreneurs. You try to practice on any one of these questions, or even on all the questions you try to practice, so that you will develop the skill of writing letters to the editor. Thank you.